rocking and rolling here. We're hanging and licking with the chamois. Have a look right here. Got a big old gator tongue right there. Thanksgiving weekend here. Got this flown in from the Glades. Here's the licking end. This will go down back into the throat there. Now, it's been skinned, as you can see, so it's quite fatty, actually. The tongue is actually quite fatty. And this is what we're doing here Thanksgiving weekend, you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and welcome to the show. And I got a big shout out here today. I'd like to give a big shout out to Dan and Ellen Bridge. 50 years. 50 years. That's a long haul, you guys. That's 100%. That's you don't see that a lot nowadays. People don't stay together that long. That's something to be really proud of. So happy anniversary, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. It's just awesome. Right on.
Happy anniversary. So
I'm going to start cutting and cleaning some of this up, you guys, and get this old gator tongue ready to roll. We'll see you after these commercials. You're live? Oh, everybody, here we are. We got this brisket. It's not a gator tongue. I was just, it's a brisket. You all knew that. Anyhow, there's the brisket. I did trim it up quite a bit. This one was quite fatty, and it had quite a bit of that hard fat. That's not going to break down. It's not going to render down. It's not going to crisp up, and it's not going to be good. As you can see, I had to take a little chunk out of here. Very, very hard. I didn't want to lose all this, so I just kind of did a little fandangle there. We got a little bit of a left hook in this brisket, but that's okay. That's okay. So here we are, you guys. Got it trimmed up. We're going to cook this one fat side down, protect it. It's going to be a long cook. Going to have some fat there. I know the Texans like to cook her up this way, and I am a Texan, but I'm going to flip her this other way and cook it and let her go on the Traeger, you guys. We're going to use a nice hickory, little bit of mesquite in there. SPG, Suckle Busters right there, you guys. Fantastic stuff. Use this in all my cooking. It's got three of the top items in it right there. Salt, pepper, and garlic. Spaghettis. Oh man, cabbage rolls, you name it. Pork chops. It's, yeah, mac and cheese, you name it. So I give it a good healthy, and this is just simple, you guys. Just salt and pepper and garlic on this brisket. Give it a good douse. Look at that. Now we're gonna do both sides of that. I was gonna go with this other brisket rub, but I decided to just go with simple, easy. You just rub that all down. I give it a good pat. I'm gonna let this sit for about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes while the Traeger gets smoldering, ready to go. Let everything kind of settle. The meat, it's ice cold. I always cut my fat off these briskets. Oh, that pepper. Keep rolling. Sorry, folks. Ooh, gotta be careful doing that these days. The pepper, that's strong pepper. I always partially freeze my briskets, so about maybe an hour and a bit before I go to do some cutting and hacking. I fire it in the freezer, comes out, the fat's nice and stiff, it's not stringy and sticky. And I do use one of these skinning knives right here. Fantastic. Those knives there, so sharp, unbelievable. Well, they're surgical. The hardest part of the day is not losing a finger. So if you don't lose a finger, you're doing real good. That's the way I look at it, even if the meat don't turn out that good. But when you're rolling with the chamois, it always turns out good. Anyhow, you guys, I'm gonna finish seasoning this up. I'll meet you at the queue. Here we are, you guys. There it is, all seasoned up. Have a look there. Look at that, you guys. Look at this Texas grill candy down in this Traeger. That is just fantastic stuff. That Texas grill candy right there, boy, you get into a jug of whiskey and about 2 in the morning, you start picking on that. It's excellent. Just lay right in the middle of the table and everybody goes to town on her. Anyhow, brisket is on. Big thick point here, the point right there. Look at this here. That's the thickest part of the brisket, the juicy. I put it to the hottest part of the grill, as you can see, because it is the thickest part. So there you go. Learn your grills. We are rolling. Here you are, you guys. Look at this brisket here. Have a look right here. Now that's been on the smoker for about 7-8 hours. Now the point registered about 180, 185, and the flat was hitting about 170, 160. Flat's a little high, that's thinner meat, so it's gonna cook a little quicker. That's why we always put this here, like I told you guys earlier, the chamois tip of the week. We put this in the hot spot of the smoker and let that cook. So now it's just right for wrapping. We were gonna use butcher wrap, but we got a bunch of people coming over today, so I'm gonna speed this process up a little bit. Fire it in the tin foil here, and away we go. Nothing to it. Look at that. You can use tin foil or butcher wrap. There's really not. Butcher wrap's just a bit more firm, like it lets it, you get a little bit more bark. But at the end of this, here you guys, when this comes out, what we're gonna do is we're gonna unwrap it from the tin foil real quick. We're gonna fire it in some butcher wrap. That way it's gonna tighten up that bark a little bit. It's not gonna steam the bark so much, and you'll still have a bit of crispness in your bark. So we're just gonna get this ready like this. Now, we got Uncle Ryan here with us today.
We haven't.
Oh, that's a good Pepsi right there. Now just a little bit, guys. We don't need too much. I always dunk a little beer in there, as you can see. Just let that cook in there. Gonna give it a little moisture, a little love. Wrap it up. Now the trick is, you guys, with this here is you don't want no air pockets in your tin foil. because that's going to create more steaming, and therefore it's going to be a little bit harder on your bark. So make sure you got no air pockets in there. Just tuck it in tight. Don't matter. It's just like a Christmas present. Wrap her up, just like so. Don't overthink it, you guys. Now that's going to go back in until we hit some temps around 200, 210 maybe, right around there. Let it cook, let it tender, and we're going to buck it up and eat it with some good coleslaw and some pickles and some good stuff. So come on back after this commercial break. Let me have one more shot of this Pepsi. Zoom over to Ryan, please. We're partying, Ryan. Okay, love you all. See you next time. Okay, you guys. Now here we took the brisket off. We put this in the cooler about 2.5 hours ago. And we didn't end up doing the butcher wrap paper. We just left it in the tin foil, which I usually go to butcher wrap paper, like I said, to stiffen up the bark. But, oh, this is nice and warm still, you guys. Oh, wow. Look at this. Nate, would you be so kind as to move that cooler out of the way for me? Now, there's our old beach towel right there, folks. Let's just have a look here, you guys. Oh, wow. Look at them beautiful juices. Look at this. Oh, you can just tell. Oh, ho, 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 you guys, this is fantastic, fantastic. Okay, now, Shemi, I want you to show all the beautiful people at home and the wonderful people this beautiful brisket. Well, I take this out of here. I'm just going to go like this, you guys. Now, Lenatra, are you ready to tear into this brisket?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that thing's just wanting to kind of fall apart, but I think we're pretty good. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Wow. Texarkana, Texas. Get on my hands here, please, Sheminar. Here we go. Now, you always got to find, folks, you always got to find which way it's running, the grain. So you kind of turn it this way on a little bit of an angle, just like so. Look at this, and you start here. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that, you guys. That is absolutely beautiful. Some of this here I had to cut, you guys. That's why it's kind of falling apart. Usually my briskets don't fall apart like that. But we had some big, heavy fat in there that just won't render down. So you have to look at that. And you got to cut it out and take it. That's why we had a little bit of a left hook in that brisket. Now watch this, you guys, as we come together here now. Oh, it's just going through that like nothing. Look at that. Now we're going to try that. Look at the smoke ring. Give it a little bit of a pull test. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Let's try that, Nate. Thank you guys for tuning into the Shemis. Brisket cook here. Fantastic. We happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We've had a long day in the garage there. Put a dent in the beer fridge, which is good. Had to oil the hinges on the beer fridge a couple times, which is okay on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And we're going to sit down and have some great brisket. Right on. Rocking and rolling to Shemis. See you next time. Love you all.